rake, scored, scratched. Borgia snarled faintly with pain when his shoulder was raked by the wicked claws of the carp. Straddled, stood astride. He straddled the dog's body and started to play with the long white tail, nibbling at the end. Mortally, intensely. Some people are mortally afraid of spiders. Avenues, approaches. If you're someone who is of spiders, there are a few avenues to overcoming your fear. Rationalize, reason. Learning about their behavior and biology can help you rationalize that they pose no threat to you. Just came to me, instinctive. Now that I was compelled to think about it, reading was something that just came to me. Immune, resistant. Miss Caroline seemed unaware that the ragged first-grade students, most of whom had chopped cotton and fed pigs from the time they were able to walk, were immune to imaginative literature. Unaware, oblivious. Miss Caroline seemed unaware that the ragged first-grade students, most of whom had chopped cotton and fed pigs from the time they were able to walk, were immune to imaginative literature. Stiff, not easily bent or changed in shape, rigid. Propelled, drive or push something forwards, catapulted. The stiff and jerky robot-like movements of a hotpot restaurant owner when she serves customers in Chongqing, China, have propelled the 26-year-old woman to viral fame. Eagle-eyed, quick to notice things, observant. But other eagle-eyed viewers pointed out blackheads and pores on Miss Chin's nose and a slight flaring of her nostrils as she breathes as evidence of her corporeality. Solemn, serious and without any humor. Do one thing every day that scares you, my young friend Tracy once declared, her sunny face solemn for a moment. Speck, a tiny spot. In a flash, she turned into a speck over the South China Sea. Vista a pleasing view. Then the freefall slowed and it was possible to exult in the timeless vista of sky, sea and misty hills. Conquered, to defeat someone or something. That sublime minute plus, a decade ago, was a reminder that fear, while meant to be conquered, can also be fun. Avid, having or showing a keen interest. I reminded my friend that I am an avid trekker. Reboot, to make a change in. I also started a Dolomites diary to keep track of my training, which began in my condo gym during Chinese New Year, always a good time to reboot resolutions. Veteran, a person who has had long experience in a particular field. My brother-in-law, a triathlon veteran, drew up a plan that encompassed walks and ascents. Affinity, a natural liking for and understanding of someone or something. For someone with an affinity for discovery, walking has always been a pleasure. Intimidated, frightened, overall, someone, especially in order to make them do what one wants. I suppose I will still be intimidated until I'll step onto the Dolomites in September, but these plans give me a sense of control, which often can be elusive. Testament, proof, a statement of belief. Moments of vulnerability are perhaps testament to the courage to confront our fears. Jostling with, colliding with. Jostling with the crowds. Etiquette. Polite behavior. Dearth of information. Not much is known about. Breakthrough. An important discovery. Chiefly, mainly. Passenger pigeons were hunted chiefly for sport and food. Roam, to travel purposefully unhindered through a wide area, cattle roaming in search of water. Quaggas used to roam the plains of South Africa, but were shot because they ate the grass meant for domesticated cattle. Traffic, bought and sold illegally. Pangolins are trafficked illegally for their meat and scales, which are used in Chinese medicine. Overfished, fish are being caught faster than they can reproduce. Most shark species are in danger because they are overfished so that people can have shark's fin soup. Preserve, to protect and ensure that its original condition is retained. We need to preserve the natural environment. Conserves, uses sparingly. My grandfather uses water sparingly. After washing the dishes, he uses the water to water his potted plants. Premium, highest grade. It is the source of highest grade sushi. Imploring, asking someone to do or not do. World Wildlife Fund is urging restaurants, chefs, retailers, and consumers to stop serving, buying, selling, and eating endangered bluefin tuna. Apex, top, peak. Polar bears sit at the apex of the food chain and play a vital role in the marine environment. Mitigate, reduce the harmful effects. The WWF is supporting field research to better understand how climate change will affect polar bears and is developing strategies to mitigate these effects. Partner, to work together with. WWF works to protect polar bear habitats and will also partner local communities to reduce human-bear conflict. Unwittingly, had not been deliberately. I was a pathetic, blundering burden to my football team, always unwittingly obstructing the other team members. Telltale, revealing. By the time the snow melted, every boy bore telltale horizontal gashes on his fingers from a whole winter of fighting kites. Symptoms, indicators. Melanie's description of her son's symptoms revealed signs of video game addiction.
Mob. A large crowd of people, especially one that may become violent or cause trouble. Mob. A large crowd of people, especially one that may become violent or cause trouble. Clique. A small group of people who spend their time together and do not allow others to join them. Clique. A small group of people who spend their time together and do not allow others to join them. Syndicate. A group of people who work together in order to achieve a particular aim. Syndicate. A group of people who work together in order to achieve a particular aim. Vacate. Leave a room, building, etc., especially so that somebody else can use it. Vacate. Leave a room, building, etc., especially so that somebody else can use it. Evacuate. Move people from a place of danger to a safer place. Evacuate. Move people from a place of danger to a safer place. Morale. The amount of confidence and enthusiasm that a person or a group is at a particular time. Morale. The amount of confidence and enthusiasm that a person or a group is at a particular time. Appeal. Make a deeply felt request, especially for something that is needed immediately. Appeal. Make a deeply felt request, especially for something that is needed immediately. Demand. Ask for something forcefully. Demand. Ask for something forcefully. Summon. Call forth. Call forth. Summon. Call forth. Call forth. Skim. Move quickly and lightly over a surface, not touching it or only touching it occasionally. Skim. Move quickly and lightly over a surface, not touching it or only touching it occasionally. Obscure. Not well known. Obscure. Not well known. Obscene. unacceptable and offensive. Obscene, unacceptable and offensive. Obstinate, stubborn, refusing to change when other people try to persuade you to. Obstinate, stubborn, refusing to change when other people try to persuade you to. Obtrusive, easy to notice in an unpleasant way. Obtrusive, easy to notice in an unpleasant way. Testify, make a statement that something happened or that something is true. Testify, make a statement that something happened or that something is true. Warrant, warrant. Prohibit, prevent, stop something from being done or used. Prohibit, prevent, stop something from being done or used. Wallow, stay in an emotion or situation without trying to change. Wallow, stay in an emotion or situation without trying to change. Indulge, allow yourself or another person to have something enjoyable. Indulge, allow yourself or another person to have something enjoyable.
After months of extensive investigation, the drug syndicate was finally exposed and neutralized by the narcotics officer. A drug syndicate is a group of people working together to buy or sell drugs. The tenant was asked to vacate his room by the end of the month when he could not pay his rent. To vacate means to leave a room, building, etc., especially so that someone else can use it. Despite the large number of casualties, the morale of the soldiers remained high. Morale refers to the amount of confidence and enthusiasm that a person or group has at a particular time. The Red Cross has appealed for more food and blankets for the Afghanistan refugees. To appeal means to make a deeply felt request, especially for something that is needed immediately. The surfers glided through the water, skimming the waves. Skimming the waves means going or moving quickly and lightly over the waves. The writer had remained obscure until his book was made into a blockbuster movie. If something or someone is obscure, they are not well known. They were surprised that her allegations were serious enough to warrant an investigation. To warrant means to justify, to make something necessary or appropriate in a particular situation. Feeling the need to pamper herself after her superb performance, Anita indulges in a box of exquisite Swiss chocolates. To indulge means to allow yourself or another person to have something enjoyable. The interpretation of the rainbow. Interpretation means explanation. Red symbolizes luck and power. Power means authority. Orange symbolizes hope and bravery. Hope means aspiration. Green symbolizes peace and healing. Healing means remedy. Blue symbolizes tranquility and loyalty. Tranquility means calmness. Violet symbolizes dignity and creativity. Dignity means self-respect. With these 14 symbolic traits means characteristics. Kenny, be level-headed. We want to go home too, but we haven't seen a single shade pass. Level-headed means cool. Jim stumbles upon a wooden chest in the river. Chest means receptacle, a container used for storing or putting objects in. A hostile glare and baring of their teeth would mean they are unfriendly. Glare means scowl. Rude means ill-mannered. Not serious means light-hearted. So through means discover that a person is deceiving others. The play was staged in the amphitheater in order for the audience to enjoy it in the evening breeze. Amphitheater means a round structure with a row of seats rising upwards. The tables, chairs, and whiteboard are the props used in this scene. Props means a portable object other than furniture or costumes used on the set of a play or film. In a musical, the artist uses his body movements and facial expressions to narrate the story. Musical means a play or film in which singing and dancing play an essential part. The affluent man hired a private detective to check on the background of his new business associate. Private detective means a person whose job is discovering information about people. Associate means a person or partner that one does business or works with. The police force sent an undercover agent to the bank to find out who the mastermind was behind the robbery. Undercover agent means one who is working secretly using a false appearance in order to get information for the police or government.
The prisoner was hotly pursued by policemen who were trying to stop him from escaping. Pursuit equals follow or chase someone or something. With an evil glint in her eyes, Jane played a nasty prank on her friends. Glint equals eyes shine with excitement or because you are going to do something bad. The Rubik's Cube scene here is booming after more people picked up the retro puzzle to keep their fingers busy during pandemic lockdowns. Booming equals having a period of great prosperity or rapid economic growth. Actor Chris Pratt flaunted his new skill of solving a cube in under a minute on Instagram. Flaunted equals to show or make obvious something you are proud of in order to get admiration. To promote speedcubing, CubeWorks Cubing Academy conducted lessons, intuition centers, in 2016. Conducted equals to organize and perform a particular activity. Cubing is about overcoming challenges and reaching your potential. Overcoming equals succeed in dealing with a problem, a difficulty. Mei Li is a 13-year-old high achiever and the pride of her Chinese immigrant parents. Pride equals a feeling of pleasure and satisfaction that you get because you or people connected with you have done or got something good. She expects her daughter to make the right choices, but never pressures her to succeed. Pressures equals the use of persuasion or intimidation to make someone do something. The shame Mei feels triggers a violent change in her body, magically transforming her into a giant red panda. Triggers equals to cause a strong emotional reaction of fear, shock, anger, or worry in someone. A 140 long dragon lantern, set suspended across two super trees at Gardens by the Bay, will ring in the Year of the Dragon at the River Hongbao, one of Singapore's largest and longest-running Chinese New Year celebrations. Suspended equals to hang something from something else. River Hongbao 2024, held at Gardens by the Bay for the fourth consecutive year, will run from February 8 to 17th. Consecutive equals following one after the other in order. Overseas performers will return after a 3-year hiatus caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Hiatus equals a pause or break in continuity in a sequence or activity. Frustrations are mounting among companies that are looking for the sale of to sell insects as food as the Singapore Food Agency delays its approval for the sale of these species for human consumption. Mounting equals gradually increasing. When asked, SFA said that the agency is finalizing the implementation details and will announce the date of effect in due course. Finalizing equals to make a final and certain decision about a planned date, etc. Companies that have embarked on research and development to develop different consumer products made from crickets, including chocolates, posters, and even Procter cannot sell their food because SFA has not approved anything. Embarked equals to start on something. Either way, developing a cricket farm in Singapore and running a business in the insect protein industry is a challenging feat. Feat equals something difficult needing a lot of skill, strength, courage, etc. to achieve it. In December 2023, the company decided to focus on snacks with a small portion of insect ingredients because the company realized that edible insect consumer products are not appealing to consumers. Appealing equals attractive or interesting. With a strong focus on sustainable dining, Fura, which opened for business in Singapore in September 2023, spotlights ingredients that are either abundant or in excess. Spotlights equals direct attention to a problem, a situation. After learning that it was not allowed to sell any insect-based dishes without SFA's formal approval, the bar had to remove some items from its menus, as well as tweak the recipes of other dishes. Tweak equals to change something slightly, especially in order to make it more correct, effective, or suitable.